For the last decade, manifestation has been sold to you as magic. Vision boards, affirmations whispered into mirrors. The idea that if you just believe hard enough, the universe will deliver. And if that's worked for you, beautiful. Keep going. But if you're one of the millions of people who tried it, really tried it, and watched nothing change, I want to tell you something that took me years to understand. Manifestation isn't magic. It's neuroscience. And once you understand the actual mechanism, you stop chasing the universe and start working with your own brain. In the next 11 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 3 brain systems that quietly run almost every outcome in your life. Once you see them, you can't unsee them, and you'll understand why some people seem to attract opportunity effortlessly, while others stay stuck no matter how hard they visualize. This isn't about high-vibing your way to a Tesla. It's about something much more useful. The actual, observable neurological reason your inner world shapes your outer one. Let's start with the system that decides what you even notice. At the base of your brain, where your spinal cord meets your skull, there's a small bundle of neurons called the Reticular Activating System, RAS for short. Its job is filtration. Every second, your senses take in around 11 million bits of information. Your conscious mind can only process about 40. Read that again. 11 million in, 40 processed, which means roughly 99.9996% of reality is being filtered out before you ever become aware of it. And the system doing the filtering, the RAS, uses one primary rule to decide what gets through. It shows you what it believes is relevant to you. This is why the moment you decide to buy a particular car, you start seeing that car everywhere. The cars were always there. Your RAS just wasn't flagging them. It's why people who believe the world is hostile find evidence of hostility every single day. And people who believe the world is generous find evidence of generosity in the exact same world. Same 11 million bits, different 40. Here is the part that matters for manifestation. Your RAS doesn't just filter physical objects. It filters opportunities, conversations, patterns, possibilities. When you clearly define what you want, and I mean clearly, with specificity, with emotion, with repetition, you are quite literally programming your RAS to start surfacing the data points that move you toward it. The opportunity that came out of nowhere, it didn't. It was always there. Your filter finally let it through. The second system is even stranger than the first. For most of human history, we assumed the brain worked like a camera. Stimulus comes in, brain processes it, you experience reality. In the last 20 years, neuroscientists, Lisa Feldman Barrett, Carl Friston, Anil Seth, and others, have completely overturned that model. Your brain is not a camera. It's a prediction machine. Before you experience anything, your brain has already generated a prediction of what's about to happen, based on every prior experience it has on file. What you consciously see is not raw reality. It's your brain's best guess, lightly corrected by incoming sense data. This has staggering implications. It means your past experiences are literally writing your present reality. Your brain is showing you a version of the world that confirms what it already expects. If your brain expects rejection, it predicts rejection, and you perceive neutral expressions as hostile. If your brain expects abundance, it predicts abundance, and you perceive the same room, the same people, the same circumstances as full of possibility. This is why 2 people in identical situations can have completely different lives. They're not living in the same world. They never were. Their brains are predicting different realities, and those predictions are becoming their experience. Manifestation in this frame is not asking the universe for something. It's retraining your predictive model until your brain starts generating a different version of reality, one where what you want is not only possible, but expected. That's why visualization works. Not because the universe is listening, because your prediction engine is. The third system ties the first two together, and it's the one almost nobody talks about. It's called self-concept. Self-concept is the collection of beliefs you hold about who you are, not who you want to be, not who you pretend to be, who you, deep down, believe yourself to actually be. And here is the inconvenient truth. Your life will always, always drift back toward the level of your self-concept. You can manifest a windfall. If your self-concept says, I'm someone who struggles with money, the money will leave through bad decisions, unexpected expenses, a relationship, something. You can manifest the relationship. If your self-concept says, I'm someone who isn't truly chosen, you will find a way to break it, or you'll attract a partner who confirms the belief. This isn't punishment. This is homeostasis. Every system in nature seeks equilibrium. Your psychology is no different. Your brain will work tirelessly through your RAS, through your predictions, through your behavior to keep your external life matching your internal identity. Which is why the most powerful manifestation work isn't visualizing what you want. It's shifting who you believe you are. When the identity changes, the RAS changes what it filters for. The predictive brain changes what it expects. And reality, your version of it, quietly reorganizes around the new self. This is what the old mystics meant when they said, be it before you see it. They didn't have the neuroscience, but they had the pattern. So let's get practical. If manifestation is really these three systems working together, the filter, the predictor, and the self-concept, what do you actually do with that? 3 things, in order. 1. Define with precision. Vague desires program a vague filter. I want more money tells your RAS almost nothing. I'm building towards $70,000 in savings by next December through my design work tells it exactly what to surface. Specificity isn't a spiritual rule. It's how filters work. 2. Rehearse the identity, not just the outcome. Don't only visualize the result. Spend time being the version of you who already has it. How does she stand? What does she say no to? What does she find unremarkable now that used to feel impossible? This is what shifts the predictive model, not the picture of the house, the feeling of being the person who lives in it. 3. Live 1 degree closer. Take 1 action today that the future version of you would take. Not 10. 1. Send the email. Make the call. Open the document. Decline the thing that doesn't fit anymore. Identity isn't built in meditation. It's built in evidence. Each aligned action whispers to your self-concept. This is who we are now. Do this consistently. Define, rehearse, act. And you don't have to ask the universe for anything. The shift happens inside you. The world simply reorganizes to match. This is the work we do on this channel. Not magical thinking, not toxic positivity, not the empty promise that wanting something hard enough will make it appear. Something better. The actual mechanics of how inner change becomes outer reality, drawn from neuroscience, psychology, and the wisdom traditions that figured this out long before we had brain scans to prove it. If that's the work you're here for, subscribe. New videos every week. And if you want a place to start, I've put together a free guide called The Manifestation Foundations. It walks you through a 7-day practice using everything we just covered. Link is in the description. Whatever you're building toward, I'm glad you're here. I'll see you in the next one.